beauties. This is the first time I've done a live on my computer and not on my phone, so I think that we are going. Yes, we are going. Awesome. Okay, so it is like almost 10 o'clock at night here, so I'm a little on the sleepy side, but we're going to do a little ovarian breathing practice before I go to bed. So yeah, the embodied feminine self-care practice this week is ovarian breathing. So first I want to say that this is a practice that any woman can do. It doesn't matter if you have physical ovaries or not. Maybe your ovaries have been removed. You can absolutely still do this practice using the energy of the ovaries. And this is definitely a practice that women can do who are still menstruating, or women who have reached menopause can definitely do this practice. And here's why this practice is not just for women who are in their reproductive years. It's because the ovaries, no matter whether you have physical ovaries or not, no matter whether your ovaries are still producing eggs or not, the ovaries hold the energy of our creativity, of our pure, like super, super highly concentrated form of life force energy. If you think about what the ovaries are, they're the part of the body that when a woman is in her reproductive years, they're releasing an egg, which eventually can be turned into a baby if everything happens correctly. But think about this egg. Think about how fiery it is, how much life force is in there. It's literally capable of creating new life. So basically, this practice was developed thousands of years ago, perhaps by the Taoists, and they were like, like, this is really, really powerful energy, just kind of like sexual energy in general, but especially the energy of the ovaries. Let's learn to work with it in the body. Let's learn to channel it through the body for our health, for our creativity, so that we can really, really use this creative energy for something. You know, sometimes if a woman is wanting to get pregnant, or if she does get pregnant, this creative energy gets used for making a baby, and that's beautiful. But many more times than not, the energy is not used for making a baby. So it's like, why not take this energy and harness it, cultivate it, bring it through the body, bring it up the spine into the different energy centers, channel it around, use it to refine and to purify the energy in the body. And this practice is so, so beautiful because once you have access to your life force energy, your creative life force, then you can choose what you want to do with it. And again, maybe that's making a baby, but maybe it's also making art, or maybe it's gardening, or maybe it's being channeled into your purpose work, or whatever passions you have, or to raise a family, or to cultivate more love within yourself or for your partner, or maybe it's channeled into your spiritual practice. There's literally endless opportunities for you to put this energy into if you want to. So that's what ovarian breathing is all about. And again, like, I really, really just want to say this is not just a practice for women who are in their reproductive years, because the ovaries, even if your ovaries have been removed, the energetic ovaries, they still have this essence. And I've actually worked with several women who have had their physical ovaries removed and who have learned to work with the energy centers of the ovaries. Some women also do this with the uterus, and they're able to restore and develop such a powerful and deep connection just working with the energies of these organs. So I actually really recommend this to any woman, to learn to work with both the physical organs if you have them, but absolutely also the energy of the organs, because that's what's actually like really, really deep and eternal in a sense. So that's what we're going to be working with today. So first I want to show you, if you take your hands and you put your hands like this over your belly button, so your thumbs are connected here at the navel. Let me see if I can get up so you can actually see me. Yeah. So just underneath where your pinky fingers are, about, That is approximately where your ovaries are. So again, in this practice, we're going to be breathing into the ovaries, cultivating a connection with them through our awareness, through our breathing, and then we're going to be channeling this energy through the body in what's called the microcosmic orbit, but you don't really need to know all of that. Okay. So first you want to take your hands and you can just rub your hands together to generate some heat, generate some fire in there. Smile into your hands. And then you can bring your hands in that triangular position and just begin to sense your ovaries underneath your pinkies or the energy of your ovaries. And you can take your hands and just kind of make little circles over the ovaries. And then just coming back to stillness, holding your hands in this triangular position. And just starting to breathe all the way down into your ovaries or the energy of your ovaries. And as you exhale, maybe a little sound wants to come through. Inhaling, smiling into your ovaries, breathing deeply into them and imagining them like these little, almost like golden, fiery, sparkly balls of life force energy, just like lighting up with your attention, with your breath. It's almost like each breath that you take into your ovaries, it's like a fan that's stoking the ovarian fire. Connecting with it, expanding it. Just taking like 4 or 5 more deep breaths into your ovaries and really feeling and imagining that the ovaries and the creative essence that exists in the ovaries, it's expanding. And now we're going to work with gathering this ovarian energy and then channeling it through the body. So we'll do this by breathing again deeply into the ovaries. And then as you exhale, feel all this ovarian energy gathering directly at the center of your womb or the energy of your womb. And 2 more times like this, inhaling deeply into your ovaries. Exhale, collecting the energy in the center of the womb. And inhaling deeply into the ovaries. Exhale, center of the womb. This time inhale and drop all of the ovarian energy down to the base of the pelvic floor, feeling and imagining it dropping down. And then exhaling, bringing all of this ovarian energy straight up the spine, blowing it up the spine all the way to the crown of your head. And then circle and spiral this amazing life-giving energy through your brain, through your head. And then you touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth and exhale again and let this ovarian energy fall down the front of your body like a waterfall. Sinking back down into the ovaries. And then we'll repeat this process 2 more times. So inhaling deeply into your ovaries, smiling to them, feeling them expand. Exhaling, center of the womb. Inhaling, expanding your ovaries. They're like sparkly balls of creative essence of life force. Exhale, center of the womb. And inhaling, expanding the ovarian energy. Exhale, collecting it at the center of the womb. And inhale, drop the ovarian energy down to your pelvic floor. exhale, shoot it all the way up your spine to the very, very crown of your head. And then you're going to cycle, spiral, swirl this energy through your brain, balancing the left and the right hemispheres of the brain, creating insight and intuition in your mind, clarity of thought. And then exhale, melt this energy down the front of your body. It's like bathing the front of your body in super high vibrational food or medicine. And then one more time like this, inhaling into the ovaries, expanding the ovarian energy. Exhale, gathering it all in the center of your womb. Inhale, breathing into your ovaries or the energy of your ovaries. Exhale, center of the womb. Inhale, really expanding that creative essence outward, bright, bubbly, sparkly, fresh life force. Exhale, center of the womb. And then inhale, sending this energy, dropping it down to your pelvic floor. And then exhale, feeling and imagining it coming all the way up your spine, traveling up to the very top of your head, and you spiral the energy through the brain, waking up the different parts of your brain. And then touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth and exhaling again, softening, melting. It's like this health elixir coming down the front of your body. And then you can just hold both of your hands over your womb or the energy of your womb. And just letting the energy sink and gather there, smiling to your whole womb space. The yoni, the physical organs, the energy of the organs. And just taking a moment to feel what's present for you in this part of the body. And relaxing, softening. And taking one more deep breath all the way into your whole pelvis, filling your pelvis with life force, breath, with your smile. And then you can either take some more time to rest and integrate and feel the effects of this practice. You can even continue to do more rounds channeling the energy if you want to, or you can finish here. So enjoy this practice, beauties. This is an amazing practice to do if you are still menstruating. It's really, really great to do this practice after your period ends, up to the point of ovulation or just after ovulation, because that's when the creative fire is really, really building. That's when the ovarian energy is building. If you're no longer menstruating, then this is a really amazing practice to do along with the moon. So sometime after the new moon, as it's building, building, building up to the full moon, this kind of corresponds to a woman's moon cycle. So the full moon is, you could say, equated with ovulation, is this time of fullness, of like maximum creativity, maximum fullness, like bright, like intense life force energy. You can also do this practice any time of the cycle, but sometimes women ask, like, when is the best time in the cycle to do this? So this is this is also a really amazing practice to do if you experience any kind of pain with ovulation, or if you feel like your creativity or your creative essence feels just like it's kind of stagnant, like it's stuck, like it's blocked a little. Working with the energy of the ovaries is really, really potent for that. So I recommend to do this practice as many times as you can this week, as usual. So You know, I started these practices saying, like, try to do this every day or try to do this like 5 times a week. But I also like want to say that it's amazing if you do this one time. It's even better if you do it 2 or 3 times. The thing about feminine self-care practices are, of course, like really anything that's good for our body and our hearts and our mind and our energy and our spirits. It builds on itself. So the more you do it, the more you're going to see the results of it. So I encourage you to think of when in your day would be really amazing to do this, maybe before you're going to bed or before you wake up in the morning, or when you're like needing that caffeine coffee fix in the middle of the day and you're like, ooh, maybe I try to work with my ovaries instead. That can be a fun thing to experiment with as well. So I love you. Give it a go. Let me know how it goes in the comments. And if you have any questions at all, of course, you can post either on this thread or in this group. Mwah. Love you. Have an amazing week.